Where are we going, girls?
That way. What?
Where are we going?
Exploring.
What?
Exploring. Oh, we're going over there, I think.
You all right? We visited our old church. We go to this church called Christ Community, and my wife and I were blessed enough to be a part of the launch team that planted a church in Brookside, in Kansas City, Missouri. I love Brookside and the kind of surrounding area around Brookside. We were living in Prairie Village at the time, and Brookside was just across the state border. Beautiful, beautiful area. I still definitely want to live there at some point. The lead worship pastor there is a trained jazz pianist. So he's just phenomenally talented, and every fifth Sunday they do kind of Louisiana. I feel like I should pull out my southern accent. To say it, but I don't think I could be able to pull it off. But basically, Louisiana Jazz Sunday. And I love it. And so for the last 10 months, my wife and I and our family, we moved out west. We needed more space, and so we went and bought a house out on the western kind of suburb areas of Kansas City. And there's no Olathe campus out here, so we go to that campus now. But we miss our friends back at Brookside. So as much as possible, on the fifth Sundays, or the months that have fifth Sundays, we go back into Brookside and worship with our friends back there. So this morning, we were listening to Bill, the pastor there, great guy, preach, and then John, the worship pastor, do the Jazz Sunday. And there was a moment at which the sermon was done. One of the last, they kind of do a wrap-up song, and then Bill, the pastor, came back up. And he said there was a moment that was really special to me. I got a little emotional, but it effectively is when he got back up and he said, "Oh, what an amazing," I don't want to quote him perfectly here, but effectively, what an amazing foretaste that maybe this is the type of music or the type of talent that we'll hear in heaven. And it just kind of hit me in a sweet spot, not only because he said it, because I think it was totally true. These incredibly talented artists were able to really share their gifts. I think they've got some UMKC jazz students that play with them, and they're really good. And they really get into it, and I love it. But the special moment for me was, I'm sitting in the back of the room, and I can barely see his face, but the trombone player, when Bill said that, when Bill said, this could be I believe this is a foretaste of what we'll experience in heaven. You see this young man look across to the other artists and go, wow, like, we produced a sound that would even be remotely close to what we might experience in heaven. And it just brought him joy. It brought him joy to hear somebody say that, obviously to just acknowledge how talented he was, but also you could tell that it was a part of who he was. And who he was somebody that wanted that to be true, wanted it to be that his gifts and his talents were something from God and something that he was trying to use for God. And if it could be a foretaste of what it'll be like in heaven, oh man. I hope that what I get to do in my life, with my family, with my business, with this vlog, with all this, it's just a foretaste. It's just a little snippet of how good it's going to be. And let's be honest, pretty blessed. It's pretty good right now too.